And you know, you mentioned Friday the 13th. There's nothing scary about a chocolate thin mint pizza supreme. As you can see right here, we are getting the lowdown on how to integrate your Girl Scout cookies, because of course this is the first day of Girl Scout cookie sales in the tri-states. We're here with Erica Douglas with the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. We are learning how to make this delectable treat, if I don't knock everything over before it's all done and over with. What kind of ingredients do we need to make up this treat?
This recipe is great because it just takes 3 simple steps. It's a ½ cup of white chocolate morsels.
Which we already had from the last one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a key ingredient for all our recipes. A roll of chocolate chip cookie dough. It can be store-bought or your own recipe. And then a box of Thin Mints, which is our most popular cookie. I had the Thin Mint, or the cookie dough rolled out here. So I'm just going to push it out here on a 12-inch pizza pan. It's not going to cover the whole thing, but it will cover the majority. In the meantime, I've melted a ½ cup of white chocolate morsels already for us to use later. And Melissa's going to put some Thin Mints on there.
I can do this.
Yeah, that's easy. You only use one sleeve, half a box of Thin Mints for this recipe. You're going to cut the cookies into halves or thirds and just push them down in there for your pizza topping.
Kind of like a pepperoni, really.
Right, but better, Thin Mints, right?
Oh yeah, well you can't complain whenever it's chocolate and carbs, really.
Right, exactly.
Well, what other, we were talking a lot about, while we're finishing this up, we were talking a lot about different recipes. These are all on your website, and you have a link to that on connecttristates.com. What other kinds of recipes do you have to integrate the cookie recipes into your daily life?
We have quite a bit. We have 8 different cookie varieties, and we have a recipe, at least 2 or 3 for each cookie on our website. If you click on our Cookie Zone button, it'll take you to our special cookie site. There's some cheesecake recipes. There's a cheesecake featuring our Caramel Delight cookie. There's a parfait recipe featuring our Shout Out cookie. I featured a couple easy recipes that are 3 or 4 steps that you can easily do at home with your family, but there are some more complicated recipes on there if you're adventurous enough to try them.
Well, I think I've gotten this cookie at least as done as it's going to get for a while. But Erica was kind enough to actually bake this cookie ahead of time, and it has been baked. It's nice and warm. Now what do? We
put it in the oven at 350 for 12 to 18 minutes. That's what I did this morning. Now we want to utilize the ½ cup of white chocolate morsels.
Nice.
We're just going to drizzle that on top for the final step of this recipe.
This is when you can be artistic.
Right. No method really that you can follow with this, whatever you want to do with it.
I would doubt I would give this to my 1.5-year-old to do, but it could be for somebody that is a little older. A little kid could get involved in this in the kitchen. This is a really nice recipe you mentioned earlier to use with your children in the kitchen, because it gets them involved in the food making process and also just teaches them a little bit about cooking.
Right. Like I said, there's about half of our recipes on our website are kid-friendly, easy recipes that you can do at home, but there are some for the more experienced bakers.
Well, I'm telling you what, this is really, really good, and I'm going to have to let you guys go because I think I'm going to have a little bit of this morning.